Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are going to talk a little bit about pharmacy. It's October 6th right now. So we are welcome. If you are on this call, that means someone cares about you and just wanted to tell you about this cool new thing that they're doing. And so I'm going to take a second to introduce myself and then our co-host here. She'll introduce herself. So I am Brittany Metke Powers. I actually joined pharmacy. It is going to be 8 months tomorrow. So that is so crazy. But a little bit about myself. I have actually been in the industry for 8 years. When I say the industry, I mean direct selling, network marketing. Before that, I was a server bartender at Red Lobster and different various restaurants before. That is like my skill set. I accidentally found the industry out of need and necessity. I was invited to a Facebook event, really desperate part of my life. I have a past history of addiction, which I got 7 felony convictions because of that. And then, I changed my life, recovery, and because of those convictions, I literally just couldn't do anything extra in life because of background checks and just not being able to. So I was a mom, a kid, and we were like on food stamps, welfare, and no matter what I did, I just couldn't do anything extra. It was the rat race of life, the struggle. Found this industry, and dug right in. And so in that former company, our family was able to earn $5 million. It changed everything for us, honestly. And so I'm a big believer in it. I'm like one of the crazy stories, right? But we have so many different types of stories from people from all different types of backgrounds, which I love. What I love most about this industry is it really doesn't matter what you come from. Everyone has different goals. I started with the goal of earning $500. So joined pharmacy 8 months ago. We are a vice president team. We have done over $5.5 million in sales in that time. We've had so much different success in all the different ways. And such a short time because the company's in momentum. People that are having success that haven't had it before in this type of way. And so my co-host is Meredith. She is actually a new director on our team. And I'm super excited. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, Meredith?
Thanks so much, Brittany. I am a mom also. I have 2 kiddos. I have 3 fur babies, my kitty babies. And I actually am from the telecom industry. I have a full-time job. And I actually have been I realized talking about this the other day that I've been doing DS sales since the late 90s. I've worked about 14 different companies and I bounced until I found pharmacy. And this is the first company I have ever been with that I have grown a team of almost 40 people and hit a director level. So
Yay.
the excitement I had September 30th at 11:59 was absolutely insane. But I did join in March. So I've only been doing this for about 7 months. And I can't say enough about pharmacy, but I jumped in just for the discount. I was like, I'm not going to work it. And I was like, no, I am. So if you hear
And
my
I
accent,
love
I
that.
apologize.
And that's incredibly common. I actually had that conversation with someone. One of my other top leader legs, she actually joined me back in March or April. It was a $6 join just for the highlighter. And then she got it. And then she ordered a few more things. And then in April, she's like full throttle. Tell me more. I'm going in. And now she's a platinum director, which is one of the top. And I was just like, that just how it's so natural. It doesn't feel
Yep.
forced. So we're going to tell you why we picked pharmacy because, like I said, we both have different backgrounds from different companies. My former company, I built it, had to make. I could have stayed, but I decided not to because of I just could, once I saw what pharmacy had, I just couldn't keep my eyes off of it. Especially if you are looking for a company that's going to be building a legacy, very is structurally sound, and so they have a few values that everything that they do is based off of these, and their product, opportunity, trust, service, global, and innovation. So you're going to see when we talk throughout anything, compensation plan, product, it's all going to come to, is this of service? Is this the best for the opportunity? opportunity? Does this still strengthen the trust we have with the consumers in the field? Everything is around this, which is what I love as our pillars. And then we also all give ode to our founder, which is Dr. C. Tuna. You're going to hear kind of some of the history about where he comes in, but that's where pharmacy started. He is our president's great grandfather, and we kicked off the company's actually 75 years old. So why don't you tell us a little bit about these guys, Meredith?
Oh, and they're so handsome to look at too. These
Not too
are
shabby to look at either. I won't lie.
right.
Don't tell
This
my
is
husband.
I know, right? I'm like, oh my God, don't look anybody. This is Dr. Situna's grandsons, as we mentioned. And Sinan Tuna is the CEO, and his brother Emre is the president. They are so present in all the events that we've been at. It's amazing. I love how they come out and they are just part of everything, and they are incredible. There's over 70 years of quality and innovation, and their goal is to take pharmacy higher and higher and higher. Right now, we have 7 million pharmacy influencers worldwide. We're the number one direct selling MLM in Turkey and number 28 globally. I think they might have even dropped down to 27
now.
Yep. And I know they want to hit 25 by the end of the year. Yep. They have presence in 40 countries. They just launched in Ireland today. So if you have friends and family in Ireland, they can sign up, and they can sign up under you. And that's what's really amazing about being a global company, is that you can have people from other countries order from you, sign up under you, and you can expand that way. But we'll be launching in Germany in March, Ecuador in June, I think, and all of Europe by the end of next year.
Yes, and that is really important to note, because so many companies right now are scaling back, cutting down like where they're in, and pharmacy continues to grow. And because of their innovation, they're always how they operate even makes sense. Like they have warehouses all over, and they can literally, I was actually told, they were like, if they wanted to, without all the fine tape, getting products, they could be launched in a country in 24 hours, tech wise. Like they have it down to a system. So now it's just about, getting the approvals with the different product and stuff, but they have it to where they can just boom, boom, boom. And they're constantly doing that, which is really cool. And like Meredith said, when you're here, whether you're here in the US, maybe you're Canada, UK, whatever, watching, you have the potential to build in 40 other countries, which means they can shop under you, they can build under you. And that is just a growth. And it really lets me see how big the opportunity is. Because when we went to convention, we noticed just us here in the US are really just babies, which is very different. So this is a timeline of pharmacy. I'm not going to go over every one, but I just wanted you to kind of see how every single year there's always been growth, innovation. Nothing's been taken back. It's all to make it, bigger and better. So Dr. C. Tuna was born in 1923. He has a really good story if you ever go on YouTube to watch it. He graduated in a medical school in Germany, came back to Turkey, started creating his own formulas, and then that is actually why it's called pharmacy. It was medicine back then. So then in 2004, actually the pharmacy brand was born. 2009, that's when skincare started direct selling in 2010. So that is, I like to say that we have this startup vibes with a foundation of a legacy company, like the financials and everything. And then you can see they've had different brands launch over the time, operations in different countries, over and over again. When we launched here, Canada, and it's just every year you're going to see growth and expansion and nothing scaling back. So I really, really like just looking at that. It's on the wall too. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Pharmacity?
Well, I expect to see Pharmacity next year when I earn my trip to Turkey.
Yes.
But Pharmacity is the world's largest cosmetics and supplement manufacturing. They basically have everything right there. They produce all of their own, or they grow all of their own products. They make all of their own packaging. So they do everything right there, and they're so eco-friendly. They have a zero waste policy. So they do everything right there. Their facility has more than 500,000, I don't know if they have two, I'm sorry, of the 10 manufacturing units, the scientific research and development laboratory. They're always looking to improve on what they have. Just recently at convention, they launched a couple of products that were enhanced formulas. They're constantly looking to how can we make something better for Perfect example, they took the L-carnitine, which takes them longer to produce these little bottles, and they were able to put it into a larger bottle so that
Yep.
they could produce more of it without it running out of stock. So that's
100%. Always trying to develop. They're going all over the world to obtain whatever technology they're using. It's really cool. So when I was looking at pharmacy, we're going to talk about money and products here, but I'm like, how? So just so you know, when you're a pharmacy influencer here, you actually are paid 50% commission from day one. And as an influencer, you get to shop at 50% off. Day one, no like catches or anything. How are they able to do that? We have a very generous compensation plan. They pay out over almost $1 million in one-time bonuses. And it was one of the highest payouts that I saw when I was looking at companies. How they're able to do that is Pharmacity. There's no middleman. They're going to develop and make every single thing there, from core ingredients to the manufacturing, packaging, what the boxes it comes in, tech. And you're going to go, I'm going to show you a few other pictures. It's really amazing. And like Meredith said, you have the opportunity to earn a free trip here. Over a dozen girls on our team have already earned it. 5 have already been. Look, it is a city. That's why they call it Pharmacity. It's in Istanbul, Turkey. You'll spend a week in Turkey, half of the time in Istanbul, and you get to walk the grounds. You get to smell the lavender. You get to like go in and see, like, it is an insane operation. And like Meredith said, they are committed to also like no waste policy. How's the best way we can do this? See, you literally will get to see how they're developing. They're constantly developing new things, different, always on trend. So it's not even about how to make it better, like what is popular now. So we have a huge catalog, which we'll talk about, but what is popular now? So let's go ahead and go into our products. You want to talk about a few of our product categories, some, Meredith?
Sure. I will start with start with skincare, since that was really the first, it seems. So, I mean, I'll admit, I bought everything in the beginning and I was like, oh, I want to try a little of everything. And then I took our skincare quiz and said, okay, calendula line is my go-to. But there literally is something for everybody. It covers all the range of all the products you could possibly need. We have sensitive, dry, oily, all the things, age reverses, wrinkles, resurface. So what's really great is you can actually not just stick with just one line, but find what's really best for you and cater it to you. And the fact that our products are all EU certified means that it bans over 1,300 chemicals and ingredients versus the US that only bans like 13.
Absolutely. And then also, so there's always, like we said, over 70 years of innovation. We talk about being affordable luxury. So that was for me. I have sensitive skin. I like very good products, but I'm also always looking for a deal in a budget. Who isn't right now, right? And so I had a standard of makeup that I was buying, a standard of wellness that I was buying, skincare, and they have it here. Even better. I like to say dupes for some, but some I'm like dupes but better. And then a big thing is for me is their essential products. So when I was looking for a check mark for a company, like there is something for everyone. So when you're looking to sell, that is a key to success. So maybe I'm not sitting here saying, listen, girls, sign up and learn everything about every single product. And no. You just pick a few that fit naturally in your life, and then you're going to share, and people are going to get familiar with the brand, and then they're going to look and see, oh, wow, she does offer skincare, even if you're talking about makeup. She does offer wellness. And so what I've learned is that it's way more natural for me to promote this brand than my other former company. And other people have found that too. And at first it was scary to me, like, but you don't have to learn everything or know everything. You get what feels natural to you. And then you add a few on, as you go. And honestly, I think by now 8 months, I probably have tried and used everything is pharmacy now in our life. Like even my husband, my kids go, take your gum, but it didn't start that way. You know what I mean? So it is really cool. There's always product launches, which keeps it fresh. That was the thing my husband and I were talking about too. Like as much as you can love something, and I love nails and I love, and my friend was saying she loved hair, but that can get kind of boring talking about one thing. So what I like here is like, I can do a few like makeup if I want to. And then if I'm like over it, then maybe the next week I'm going to focus on hair. dry shampoo. Then maybe the next, in the next month I can, and that just keeps it very fresh and exciting for me and also my audience. And so I really love that. And I felt like at first that was one of my objections, like, oh my gosh, that's too much. But it doesn't have to be that way. I really only had tried a few things before I joined, and I still definitely don't know everything, but I know what works for me. I know what I use that helps me, and it's very natural. So I really love that. And the products are really, really good. And in comparison to, like I said, their competitors, the pricing is awesome. So you do have the opportunity, like we said, to have a global business. And Meredith, was this the first time, or no, you this is your second time you just went to home
Yes.
office, right? Why don't you talk a little bit about home office?
I loved home office. So the one thing I love about home office is that they literally are open to everybody. So they opened their headquarters in Miami in 2019. They built this beautiful building. It's a 70,000 square foot building. They have an automated distribution center. So when we got to tour the warehouse, we got to watch how it was selected, dropped into the boxes, the scale process, how it makes it all the way from beginning to end. And it was so amazing. The offices have the highest technology, the investment of more than $15 million USD in this building. And with the eco-friendly and energy-saving processes to contribute it all to be a better future in the environment. But I'm going to tell you, they are literally, an influencer can walk in at any time, and actually anybody can walk in at any time. They have a beautiful room that has all of the makeup, skincare, all of the fragrances you can smell. It has a room that you can make your shakes and try the products. You can order and pick up your products there. You have to give, I think, 3 days notice, but it is one of the most incredible experiences I had being there, and how you're treated. You are treated like royalty. And I have never had an invitation. Like Brittany said, you need an invitation at all those other companies. I've been with all those companies. And this was like, you were just welcome and you were part of it right then, as soon as you walk in the door.
And that, so when I think of this home office in Miami specifically, two things stand into mind. For one, just the transparency across the board, and you're going to see that as this theme here. But then also for everything, we have monthly calls with the CEO. They're always very frank about things. Like you ask them a question, they answer it flat out. Like why, when, all like that. But so welcome to home office. You don't even have to be an influencer. Like a lot of people go and just like look and walk around before they make the decision. You, like Meredith said, you can invite your friends there, and that is not the case for most companies. They take you on the floor of the warehouse to how they do things. They have their phone. You can have your phone out. And then the other thing that stands out to me is this is a 70,000 square foot building that was $50 million cash investment, and it launched, it opened about 18 months ago post COVID. So again, most companies had to scale back, shut down things. They used the money from the company's COVID boom, and invested to make our business easier here in the US. So what happens is things ship from Turkey, products, and then they come here. And then when we order here in the US, Canada, this is where it comes from. So it makes shipping quicker. And anything, we just had a bunch of tech updates that are amazing. And that was one of the things they said too. They were like, we want to make business simpler, because when business is simpler, people have more success and they stay consistent. And so Farmacy has a constant theme of doing that since they started. And this home office, I believe, is an amazing example of doing that for us. You can have team events down here. You can do, like, if you're in the area, whatever that looks like. Maybe you're popping on a cruise in a couple months, have a day early, jump in, walk by, take pictures, be like, hi, talk to the customer service people. They're all about it, honestly. So it is really cool. And they have a few of these all over the world based off of, where we have bigger audiences. So my favorite thing is the community. This is one of my favorite, unexpected perks of the industry. I definitely feel our team, we have tons of amazing resources and support from our team, lineages down and all the way up. Like our uplines, like I decided to join with people that always have trainings, always have resources. There's always something to plug into. No one will ever feel alone. And that was always really important to me. And then also, like, how our compensation plan and everything structured. Like everyone is a part here, no matter, no matter what your goal is, whether you're a hobbyist, whether you're shopping for a discount, or if you're a leader, everyone supports each other. And so that stands out to me. Anything stand out to you in that area, Meredith?
Absolutely. I mean, Brittany and Tamara have created the documents that if we can't answer a question, we know exactly where to go to find it. And they did it so that it could be duplicatable and anybody can do it. Once you're in, here's everything you need to do the business. And it's just, the community is so phenomenal. I use this all the time when I'm talking to people, that those new people that came with me to conference, at the end when we were all saying goodbye at the airport, like everybody got back in the car after Heather left and they were crying. I'm like, are you guys crying? There's no crying at pharmacy. And it's just the bond you immediately felt with each other is,
It
it's,
is really
you can't
cool.
put
And
words
so,
to it.
like, and it's not even just our team. Like, I feel it with other leaders. We are still kind of a baby coming in. We're 8 months old. So often I have to reach out to seasoned leaders that have been here. We do trainings for each other. They send me assets because maybe I don't have like all the swatches for different things. So it's so helpful, and everyone has been so welcoming. And it's very diverse, which has stood out to me versus other companies. Like, honestly, and I'm just going to flat out say it, like a lot of companies, like just all like Midwest white women. Here it's like all across the board, anyone can feel a part of. And I love that, like being globally sound, having support in different languages, French, Spanish. It's really amazing. And to me, I love that. And so when I say community, I really mean community, everyone being welcomed and being a part of, no matter what, what language you speak, where you're from, whatever that looks like. And so that's really important to me. So let's get into some of the business stuff, because some of y'all are like, okay, the pharmacy opportunity, what are you talking about? So we talked about the products, some of the background, give you kind of an idea of, hey, we're stable, we're structure. It's going to be awesome, right? But we're going to talk, there's 10 ways to earn. 10 ways to earn is what they say here. I'm not going to go break through everyone, but I'm just going to tell you some of the basics. Is tons of freebies always. You have the potential to earn a welcome program that's free products just by being consistent. Then there's free products for team building every single month. And then they even have like personal volume
Breaking up a
and
little bit, Brittany.
incentives every single month. So I, in this 8 months, feel like I have gotten more freebies than I ever had in 7 years at my other company, not having to like cash in hostess rewards just for working a business. So that's some of the ways you can earn. And then there's going to be retail profit, which is you earn 50% retail price when you sell a product. So there's a few different ways. Some people, if someone has a boutique or a store, they can shop at 50% off, like if they have their own boutique, and then they can display, a little thing, and they're selling that for profit. Or easy, no inventory at all. You just talk about the product. Maybe you're out with girlfriends, what's on your lips. You share your link and they purchase. You get 50%. It's always day one. Like you don't have to have a certain amount of volume. So it's 50% commission. So those are the two ways there. Then we also have where if you decided to have people do this with you, where you can get paid on, people under you a percentage as well. And then we also have that would be called a group bonus. Then we have they call it a car bonus, but at certain ranks you can get a monthly lifestyle cash bonus. And then we have one-time bonuses. So there's like 10 different ways you can get paid here. And like I said, there's a breakdown. Definitely, if you want to know specifically, get with the person that added you. But the easy part is, would you say this is pretty simple, Meredith, right? 50%. You sell 100, you earn
It really
50. It's
is.
literally that simple. In the US, you're in Canada, I think you're paid, yeah, in 3 days, which is so cool. Like, you guys don't know how I love it to see people be able to earn money for a light bill that's due next week. They don't have to wait a week. They don't have to wait a month. It's literally 72 hours and it's in your wallet. It's like, oh my gosh, hey, I have a goal. You sell a couple of things and just seeing it there. And it's 50% commission, you guys. Most companies start at 25% or 10. And then maybe if you sell like 5,000, you might unlock 35%. Here it's 50% commission always. And what's really cool is you shop at 50% off. And then if we have any promos, you get to double dip on those. So when you're like, it's something I've never seen before, honestly. So again, I'm not going to break down all of this, but get with the person if you want to know. This is just more about the volume and the bonus levels. as far as because we are a volume-based compensation plan. What that means is if you want to grow a team, you don't need certain legs to hit certain levels. You don't need like Susie to hit this rank and Karen to hit this rank for you to be this rank. What you do need is just volume. And so it just kind of breaks that down and what that looks like and stuff like that. And like we said, Meredith got to celebrate right here. She hit director for the first time, which meant her team had 5,000 points. That's 10,000 in retail, which means she's getting paid on her team, but she's also getting this 1,000 cash bonuses. I don't know if you see in the background, you get these publisher clearance house size bonuses anytime you get all the way down. And so it pays all the way up to $500,000. Our upline actually has earned that. So it's almost $1 million that they pay out in these, which is literally insane to me. And the fact is that, she joined our upline like 4.5 years ago and she earned that. So I'm just sitting here like, listen, you tell me if I work like that for 4 years, I have the potential, I'm going to go because she works so hard. Want to talk a little bit about these, what you're looking forward to, Meredith? I know these are, you just mentioned about turkey.
I'm looking forward to all of them. I know, I definitely am not at Brittany's level. I'm working towards that. That's obviously a huge goal. Right now, I'm looking to hit bronze director since now I've hit director once. When I hold that for the 3 months in a row, I'll hit that, get that $1,000 bonus. But I want to kind of double promote one of these months. I want to go right to bronze and I want to earn Leadership Academy. And I am going to earn Golden Director and be in Turkey next August. The pictures and the lives from Turkey were phenomenal. I mean, pharmacy paid everything from the flight to the hotel to everything they did. They were in hot air balloons at sunrise. I mean, it was just like I had the chills watching everything, with everything everybody did. I've already have my ticket for next year's convention. I went to my first convention last month. And at
Was that your
Platinum
first
Director, you
ever?
earn the convention experience.
Was that
That
your
was my
first
first pharmacy,
convention?
my first pharmacy convention. Yeah, but
Okay, I
I've
didn't
only
know.
been
I
to
wasn't sure if you went to others.
two other companies before ever. One was the former company you were
Okay,
with as
yeah,
well.
I
And
didn't know if
then,
it was like your first ever, but yeah, so that was a
yeah,
cool convention.
yeah,
And
it
so when
was
she's talking
insane.
about these unforgettable experiences, this is a part of the compensation plan, you guys. So we also have trips outside, which honestly we will be hearing. They just announced that details will be announced very soon. So you definitely want in and running before then. But those you don't need a certain title, you do for business. These are literally given to you as a part of the compensation plan. So Meredith said, Bronze Director, Leadership Academy in Miami. They're going to pay for your lodging. You're going to dig into other things. Then just the very next one is Turkey. And that's what stood out to me because going to Turkey and seeing the Golden Director trip, how they treated people, and there was about 350 there, was like a tippy top level leader trip. You didn't have to put a card down. Everything was luxury. It was like insane. And so like being top leadership, like that was something, seeing them do it for, they just want everyone at that level, like to be in, see where the things happen and know like they don't do anything ordinary. And then you got Platinum. They cover your entire convention experience. You're at a hotel. It was at the beach. It was super nice. They covered meals and different things. And then Emerald, it's a European. This year it was in Venice. The year before it's in Greece. And then Diamond is a tropical. Tropical, that is for two. Again, it's at the Maldives, Four Seasons in February. And so these are just a part. If you love the travel, it's pretty amazing. And it's just built in there. You don't have to do anything extra. It's just like, oh, you earned the rank, you got the trip. Super easy peasy there, and I got to meet like people that I met a lady that has been here since 2020 and she earned Turkey this year and she was just so like I was just like her big goal and she's retirement age and it was really really cool to see like she never would have been able to go to Turkey. I never would have been. And you know what I mean? I wasn't even ever a place I thought, but now I'm like, oh my gosh, Turkey's so cool.
Right.
Like it's amazing. So how to get started, guys. You're going to choose your pack. I'm going to move down to those. So right now we have what, Meredith? $6. You can join for $6. This is October. If you're watching this,
$6 join for Aloe
yes.
Glow.
If you're watching this and it's before October 15th, you have a $6 option. We also have kits that are made up for you, takes the thinking out of it. And then we have a 1999 box that has various samples. So what's the difference? This is me keeping it real. Aloe Glow's amazing. You can get started with $6. Then you all of these unlock you your 50% off. Get started. You're an influencer, you get your website. I do suggest, if you really are wanting to make this a business, you do have some full size products. So if you do the Aloe Glow, maybe grab a couple other wellness things that you want. You do also get personal volume on full size products. We also have those welcome gifts we were telling you about, right? And so if you do, you're building your kit and you pass that 125, you're going to get some freebies. You're going to get a full blast mascara. You're going to get a dry shampoo this month. And so there's lots of different options. So definitely talk with the person that invited you to the call to see what would be best for you and how you want to work the business. But there are so many different ways to get started, and it is just really easy as choose your pack, add your favorite products. We're going to get you your onboarding checklist. We actually, if you sign up in between, we're doing an onboarding call at 8 o'clock tonight. We do them regularly, just get the basics of the business. And it really is. And then you just start earning, you guys. And there's so much help to get started. Why do you want to talk about some of the tools, Meredith?
Absolutely. Yes. Our website is free. So there's no monthly fees. So we get this amazing website. We have a full dashboard. We've got reporting in the back office. We have all these new, like Brittany mentioned, all these new updates to IT that we now have a virtual try on and a foundation match. We have a mobile app. Those items are only available on the website portion, but we do have a mobile app, and then it'll be available there too. So I have my app on all the time. It has this incredible content library that breaks it down by continent and then by country, and you can see it in both whatever language you speak. Just like on your app itself, you can go to the top if you're if you rather read it all in Spanish, you just change the language at the top. It's just so user friendly for everybody globally. It's insane. The modern mobile design digital catalog, you can go right in there and see that. I do have a paper catalog, but I mean, I love just going in and looking at right there online, right through
Easy
your
to
website
share, and
your app.
people can shop right from the catalog. It's really cool. And I'm going to keep it real. Like, we're 8 months in, so we're still learning new things all the day. We're like, oh my gosh, it does that too. Oh wow, cool.
Right?
And so this is just tools from the company, right? That comes along. And like Meredith said, there is no website fee. There is no like yearly fee. There's no cancellation fee. So you literally get started. There is a requirement 125 to stay active in 6 months. So that's why I always say get it done from the beginning with that first order, and then you're cool. You can start working your business. It's nothing on your mind. You get the freebies, welcome gift. That's what I always suggest. However, like, you get all of this without having to pay like a monthly thing. And then, so that's just from the company. Our teams have resources. So I said that, like, we have a plug and play. As soon as you're in, go to this, we're doing that. We have the onboarding calls regularly. This is an example of a tool. We have working power hours. We have a Facebook group and chats that are very active, but then we also have like your own checklist on how to launch different things, different trainings on social media, making content. We like to use boards a lot. But there is, like I said, our upline uses School. There's no lack of resources. I've talked to someone, I was like, you literally could just do something every single day if you wanted to. Absolutely don't have to. Don't feel pressured. Most of us, like Meredith said, she has a full-time job life. But if you wanted to, you could literally do something every single day if you wanted to, So that's why I said you just fit it in how you want to, because I'm not watching a training every
That's my
single
goal.
day. But we could if we wanted to, which is really cool, because a lot of times that's not the case. So at least having options, right? And a company is very, very active and present. There's a company calendar. They have a weekly training. They keep us up to date with things in our Facebook group. So that's really cool. They're always streaming stuff, recognition. If there's, restocks, different things like that. So you're always going to get plugged in. And then the next thing is, are you ready to say yes to pharmacy? I personally, like I said, the only bad thing, that worst case scenario, is you're going to get good products at 50% off. That's like the losing thing. So like when I think of like in the best case scenario
Right.
is you earn money, you earn trips, you earn a community. In the worst cases, oh my gosh, I've got these really good products half off. Oh no, that's horrible. So I just, it's retail season and it
Right.
does kind of make sense, because people are shopping, people are making decisions, and this is like quarter 4 is big for retail. So if you're looking, we have like less than 12 weeks till Christmas. I know, sorry to say it, but you could, set different goals on that. So anything you want to end with, Meredith?
Mhm.
You did a good job. Didn't Meredith do
Th-
an amazing job, guys?
Thank you, and thank you for letting me be a part of it. I, I don't even know what else to say. This really has been just a total life-changing experience. I mean, it really was just get the 50% off. I want health and wellness products. That's it. And two, I love everything. There's nothing I
Literally
don't
for a discount,
love.
has a full-time job, and now one of the leaders in the company, making an actual income earning. Like that's really cool, and that's why I wanted you to show like there are different goals and different people here with different histories. So everyone has a place here, which is I love, which is one of my favorite things. So hope to see you guys in the team space. Gonna kick off, and you guys know if you're a new influencer, see you on the onboarding call in about 20 minutes. But thanks for hanging and ask for that link, y'all. See y'all on the other side. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.